Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Good morning. Yes. You're like, what are all those shadows on Loren's face? Are they new wrinkles that have developed over the weekend? Clearly, they could be, but they are not. That is the chandelier. Why? Because my light ring had the nerve after 5 years to blow out on Friday. You know, I'm serious. Well, I got another one. It'll be here Wednesday. So until then, so welcome to the show. Welcome to the week. Starting today, March 15th, 2021. I'm so glad you're here for another episode of Bathrobe Moments, and I'm your host, Loren Michaels Harris. And how was your weekend? Mine was good, a little bit too fast, but that's always how it is. You know, I was talking to my good friend. Do you remember this guy? Do you remember him? What in tarnation happened to the weekend? I don't know, Jed. What happened to it? Did Granny steal it? Or maybe it was Jethro or Ellie Mae. Do you know okay, here's something. Back in it was in the 80s because I was still in the military and I went to a Bible study. Somebody invited me to a Bible study. I was not going to go until they said, well, you know, it's at Donna Dixon's house. I was like, Donna Dixon? Donna Dixon, Ellie Mae Clampett? They said, yeah. I was like, I'm there. We go. It really, I thought I was expecting a house like, I thought she still lived in the house in Beverly Hills. No, it was nice. It was should I have even brought this up? Okay, well, let's just put it this way. It was a nice, modest little double wide trailer, and it was really great. The interesting part was, though, She came to the door dressed as Ellie Mae. She was 50-some years there. She did. She had on the red and white checkered blouse, had it tied at the all of it. But it was a good time. I'll never forget it. Donna Dixon, Ellie Mae Clampett, right? I think I went back and watched reruns of Beverly Hillbillies for like a year after I was at her house because I was like, oh my God, I know Ellie Mae. So anyway, that's my little Ellie Mae Clampett story. I don't know how that came. Oh, the Jed Clampett piece. Okay. So anyway, daylight savings. Did not feel the ramifications of it until this morning. Look at these eyes, bloodshot. I get up at 4:44. That's my angel number every morning, and except on weekends. And yesterday I got to sleep in a little bit because I didn't really even realize that, okay, no big deal. But today I did because I woke up, I was like, it's really, and here's the thing I hate about daylight savings in the spring. I always look at the clock, and like right now it says 8:07. I go, okay, it's really 7:07. Do you do that? I'm like in such denial. So anyway, a little scandal over the weekend, you guys. I don't know if you heard about it. I don't know all the deets, but I go to a Clubhouse meditation room every morning, prayer empowerment called Empowering Mornings on Clubhouse. If you're a Clubhouse fan, check that room out. Empowered Mornings, sponsored by a group called Free Thoughts. And I go there every single day, Monday through Friday, for grounding. I just love the vibe inside that room. Anyway, they were talking about Kirk Franklin and I guess, so I Googled it. And apparently his estranged son of 6 or 7 or 8 years leaked a phone conversation between he and his father. Now, you could know Kirk Franklin's a big gospel singer and won a lot of Grammys and all this. But anyway, I guess he was just cussing up a storm and disowning his son. I don't know what happened. I'm going to go watch it. But pray for them. That's all it is. Why is that light coming on? There's a bulb in there going on and off. Maybe we're supposed to, is this a disco show? Keep playing with me. I'm going to bust a move. Keep playing like. So anyway, yeah, Kirk Franklin and his son, pray for them. And then pray for us here in the Chicagoland area. It is cold. Here we were Saturday outside. It was 63 degrees. It was great. I didn't want to come indoors at all, but I did. And today it is just freezing. We got snow coming. It's supposed to start all day. We don't know which report to believe. My husband Brian said he heard 2 different reports, a dusting and then 5 to 7 inches. How do they get it so far away from each other? Anyway, it'll be what it's going to be. Show me your soul. I was getting ready to change the lyrics. Show me your soul. That is the theme of our show this year here on Bathrobe Moments, Season 5. And we are inviting all of you, any of you who would love to come on and be a guest and share your soul, share your story, share your message and your purpose. We'd love to have you. So you'll see something on the closing of the show where you can email your information so we can get you booked. Possibly here on the show. It's back on the light. That's the bell of purpose, everyone. When you hear that bell ring, it means that it is your opportunity to be a part of something greater than yourself. Now, what I mean by that is there's great content flying through here like you don't know what, and I want you to just snatch it out, take it with you. If you're wanting to fill your heart, your spirit with enough to overflow, to give to someone else, every time you hear the bell ring, it means there's something there you might want to take with you, okay? Get involved today. Get your comments on the screen. Have the conversation. If you wanted to just talk to yourself, you didn't need to come here. Can I get an amen? Right. Let's do this together. It is the power of we, not the power of me. Okay. One other thing. Help me welcome. Oh, I'm about to get sued, y'all. I was going to say, help me welcome to the show, my version of Ed McMahon, my girl, my sidekick, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. And now this is my prop mug. This is what I drink out of, and then I pour it into the show mug. Oh, I'm going to hear about this. Last time I forgot to bring her on, she stayed in her dressing room for 6 straight shows. Wouldn't come out. Lord. Okay, so here we are. Today's guest, Jesus Ortiz. Let me just tell you. Now, what I love about the show, last week was Celebrity Week, right? Not celebrities like back in the fall where we had, the White House chef and all those people. Last week, Celebrity Week, were people who had celebrity stories that rank among the stars. And today is no different. That's how it is every day. I don't care if you have 1 million followers or you have no followers. As long as you have a message, we want to hear about it. As long as you're vulnerable and you are okay with being transparent and helping us help each other, then we do it right here on Bathrobe Moments. Would you please make up your mind, light bulb? I'm gonna bust a move up in here. Uncle Carlton from Fresh Prince. I'm a done. Okay, Jesus Ortiz. Let me tell you about him. I remember way back at the beginning, way back at the beginning of this career, which I have now, which was about 5 years ago, way back. Jesus and I somehow were crossing each other's paths. I think he was just getting started right around the time I was getting started. And we talked and stuff. And I've been watching him all this time, and he's been doing his thing. And so I'm just so happy to have him here today. He is a content creator, a podcaster, the host of a show called The Push Power to Power Show, which you can view every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Central on iOS, Spotify, Alexa, just to name a few. I'll let him give you some more deets on that when we get him in here. And he's a father. He's so proud of his daughter, and I don't blame him. She's a gorgeous young lady. And that is a big part of his life, being a dad. And he's also a speaker. So I just want to catch up with him. I thought, well, instead of just having virtual coffee, let's have virtual coffee on Bathrobe Moments, right? I want to say good morning, and then I'm going to get our friend in here, Sharon McQueen, Robert Brooker. Hey, Chapels, so good to see you back. Nice. I'm glad you're here. And all the rest of you watching across the platforms, good morning to you. You know, I say all the time, I would rather be nowhere else in the world except for maybe Fiji than here with you all right now. And so without further ado, you know how we do it. We put our hearts into it. We put our hearts on the screen, and we send light, love, and all kinds of great things to our guest today, because here he comes, you guys. Get ready and welcome to the stage, Jesus Ortiz. Well, good morning. How are you?
Good. Good morning, Mr. Loren, and good morning, everybody that is awake watching us right now. Because I know some of you are still sticking to bed.
They better not be. Well, the people on the West Coast probably are.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 something to them, I think. Yeah, 5 something. Oh, look at all the hearts on the screen. Okay. So, hey, Jesus, tell everybody where you're at in the world, and fill in a little of the blanks I may have left in your resume, your bio. And just tell us what you do.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Again, this is Jesus Ortiz, and I am here in Houston, Texas. I know recently we just had the ice storm, and we're out of that. So now we're back to the heat and the humidity.
I wish.
Yeah, I woke up today at 5 a.m, did my workout, my meditation, and I was wearing a sweater, and I was like, man, this humidity. But it was a good workout, good meditation. I love meditating in the morning. It does help you a lot. It does help you not through your mindset, through yourself, through your spirit, but to talk into the, whatever you want to call them, God, the universe. And it just opens up the day, for a beautiful surprises. You never know what's going to happen today, but you live today, live the moments.
Yeah, we're going to live it, because the first thing, I tricked you into coming on this show. You know that, right? Do you know why you're really here? So I could read you in front of God and everybody about trying to steal my thing with fedoras. Now, you know good and well, when we both started 5 years ago, you were not wearing fedoras. I was. Now I can't find a picture with you not in a fedora. What's up with that? That's why I'm kidding. Because if I wanted to.
You know, it's funny that you say.
Okay, wait a minute.
There he goes. Yeah.
I'll put mine on. I ain't scared. But I can't do that and wear these headphones.
Now you're looking great.
I don't need that. Okay, leave it like that. Oh, what happened to this? Wait a minute. I got to get my brim straight. So I love it though. You know, we ought to start some kind of a club. Yeah, fedora, because not every guy can wear these. No, mine's a little crooked. You know, that's what I get for putting books and stuff on top of my hats. You probably keep your hats like on pegs or something, wig heads or something, don't you?
Yeah, but at the beginning it was the same. I had them everywhere, and there was a book under or something. I was like,
get all bent up.
And I was like, oh man, where do I put it? My sister's like, hey, get this little thing. Just put your hats in there. And I was like, all right.
That's what I got. That's my prop closet. Look, I got one just like yours. See it all bent up in there? But look at it, it's flat as a pancake.
We need to make one with our logo and stuff. You know, somebody told me that you need to create your own fedora hat.
Oh my goodness. Look, the same hat practically. Oh, wait. Why don't I wear that one? Hold on, you guys. Better. Okay, because I had on my Harley Davidson one. I do that. I wear the Harley Davidson cap to the health club on Mondays in case there's any bullies that come in that I don't know. I look tough. They think I'm a Harley guy. Mine doesn't look as good as yours, but it's okay. It was.
Hey,
okay.
I remember when I bought this, I was at Target and I was walking in Target and I saw it. And I was like, I was leaving and I was like, somehow somebody stopped me and said, you know, like in my mentality, in my mind, you have to go back and buy that hat.
Well, they wouldn't have told me that if they saw me in the one I just took. I couldn't do it. It wasn't looking right. Nope. So I guess you get to be the Fedora King. But listen, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I want to say something to you, and I mean this in the most loving way. When we first started connecting all those years ago, even though you had lived here in the United States for some time, I would keep it real. You have come so far, because back then I was like, what? You'd say something. I'm sorry, what'd you say? I could not understand you to save my life. And look at you today. I watched one of your podcasts over the weekend getting ready for the show. And I was like, boy, look at Jesus. Look how far you've come. I just want to say bravo, because, you know, I know you were struggling at the beginning. And I know you probably thought a lot of people didn't take what you were doing seriously. But what do they think about you now? Because, man, you have really come a long way. So congratulations on that. Tell us what it is about this thing you do that because tell us how you got started and some of the struggles that you had to go through. And if you felt like quitting at any point, and why this has always been so important, because I watched your struggle, man. I know, you know, you fought to get to where you are. In a lot of ways, a lot of people don't have to fight. So are you okay with sharing with the audience today about that and why they should never give up?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely, man. Like you said at the beginning, I remember I was, like I said, I was working out one time and I was like, I have to have my own show. I was like, I have to have my own show. I didn't know anything about podcasts, anything about video, me being on video like I am right now. And I stopped, you know, and I went home and I went on Amazon like everybody else would buy stuff from Amazon. And I didn't have enough money. So I said, you know what, let me buy me $7 mic. I still have that mic, a $7 mic and a $12 tripod, the little small ones.
Me too.
And I had an Android back then. So I had an S6 Android. I'm an Apple now. and I ordered them and it came home and I was sitting down in my bed like a little kid happy. I'm like, oh man, I have the tripod and the microphone. What do I do now? I don't even know anybody out there, you know, that has businesses or making 6-7 figures. So they struggle, what are they doing? And I was like, all right, let me do my homework. Let me go to Facebook. Let me go out there, do my research and go find out some people that are already making it happen, 6-7 figures, ask them questions, you know, build that relationship and that connection for a whole month. Into that whole month, I had a couple of friends right there that I met that they already had their own businesses, entrepreneurs. That month stopped and I was like, all right, I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna go back and let them know that I'm gonna start a show, because back in the day it was called the Jesus Ortiz Diary Show, Teaching for Success. So I told them. I
remember that.
You remember? Yeah. And I told them, and they were like, yeah, definitely. And I was like, all happy, because I got booked. My first 3 months, I was booked with everybody in there, man. And I actually told them, because I was working at that time, I was coming back home late. So the only time I could do the show was at 9 p.m. Central Time. So they were like, that's fine. And then I'm in my head, when I got it booked, I was like, what am I going to talk about?
Oh, yeah. I remember. But so talk to people out there that may be thinking of, well, I wonder if I could do what Jesus has done. I wonder if I could start a podcast or a TV show or something. What was the first thing that happened that made you think, nope, even if it was that long? What do you remember the first time you thought, screw it, I can't do this, I'm just going to quit? Do you remember that? Did you ever want to quit? I guess I'm assuming. For agreement says don't assume. Did you ever want to quit?
I never wanted to quit. Just recently in 2020 on November. That was when I wanted to drop the towel.
Oh, why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
COVID? Was it COVID?
No, it wasn't COVID. My daughter's grandma passed away of cancer, and she was the one that took care of her and everything. And I just dropped, because I was like, what's gonna happen? My daughter's not here with me. She's in Mexico. I was thinking about her, like, what's she gonna feel like when grandma's gone, the one that was mom for her. And my mind was just nuts. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even have the energy to come in the show and just keep on moving. And I was like, man, I think I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm like, I was just kind of like wanted to drop that towel, and somehow God, the universe, I was here at the studio. I went out to eat, came back, and he said, you got to do a video. At 1 a.m, you got to do this live video. And I went live at 1 a.m, and I spread I cried in that video, and I told everybody I was being true. I'm about to just quit. I was telling the story about what happened. Somehow in that moment, like the light came back to me, and I was like, nah, I got to keep on using this pain. I didn't come this far for not to quit this right now. I'm like, nah, man, my daughter's over there. She loves me, watches me, and she knows what I'm doing for her. So I was like, man, I went in the show. I said, you know what, guys, forget this. I ain't dropping the towel. If you're here at 1 o'clock watching me, man, I'm going to keep on pushing through. Ain't nothing going to stop me. And man, I just turn it around and use more of that pain and use more of the, that frustration that I had in me. I said, like, why don't I just push it out on what I know and what I'm good at?
Thank you for that. And let's talk about that a little bit more. Ooh, that's scary. Those people walking past. It scared the mess out of me just now.
Oh yeah,
I thought that through that foggy window thing. I thought that was some kind of a. I'm like, oh, what in the world? Okay, I got it. I'm good. When you say, it's interesting because that's something I deal with too. If something really, really heavy comes my way, in the past I used to really have to deal with it. It's not so bad anymore. Not as much of a challenge, I would say. But the first thing I would want to do is cut off the thing that brought me the greatest joy. I don't know why I always did it, self-sabotage. But you know what? When you got there that night, you know what I learned in this business, honest to goodness, how in the Bible for you faith-based believers, and I am one as well. Now, I'm not somebody that has a Bible with a whole bunch of post-it notes and highlighted thing. I'm not one of those, but I do believe it's one of the greatest stories ever written. But I will say this, that that part in the Bible where it says goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. When I was at a lowest point, I wanted to quit Bathrobe Moments, and I did the same thing you did. It wasn't during a Bathrobe Moments time slot. I just went live, poured my heart out. I thought I was just that was it. I was just done. And I get it now. Goodness and mercy shall follow you. Yeah, because the followers are what they allowed me to grieve in their presence. They uplifted me. So I get it. And that's the thing about purpose. It is perfection personified, because you are all, when you show up on purpose, you are living within purpose. It's when you move into areas by accident, stumble in, no plan attached, just whatever, is when you're outside of purpose. But even that is purposeful because there's something in it for you. So I applaud you for being vulnerable. So what happened differently inside of the world of Jesus Ortiz after that epiphany, that aha moment that morning at 1 a.m.?
That aha moment, man. I have a friend here, and we're in the Chamber of Commerce together. He's an AC guy. Shout out to him. Shout out to Bryson. I woke him up. He was asleep. His wife woke him up and said, "Hey, your boy is live from his Facebook." I was doing at the power. And he woke up and he started texting, "Boy, you're on fire. You woke me up. I cannot go to sleep. You just inspire me that I cannot." That right there made me happy. I was like, man, because the next day I talked to him and he was like, "Dude, you just went at it, and I'm just happy to know that I'm here for you and that you inspire me. You inspire my wife. She woke me up, and to me, watching you at 1 o'clock and just pouring everything like that. And I know your feelings, dude. I know, and I know him personally, and it's just amazing. Through that, I saw that light, and I was like, man, can I give? There's you always have people that love you. There's people that support you, that they're there and they sit you down. They're like, man, we went through this moment, the moment you're going through. Everybody's moment is different, but you just reach that point that what's that why that you're already doing, your purpose, your calling that God gave you. So you keep on pushing that through and keep on having your mindset, knowing that you're going forward, like just like what the horses are racing and they're just focusing forward. Like, focus on that, man. Focus truly on what you got. Forget about the noise outside.
When you first started, Jesus, how long you been doing this?
It's been a while now, man. I know I started not the Push Power to Power, but the Jesus Ortiz Diary show. That was like on 2015, at the end of 2015, beginning 2016.
And I started in August of 2016. So you actually, I think we're doing it before I was. And then, so let me ask you, when you first started, did you ever feel like, did you ever question whether it would work, that people would resonate, or your message would resonate with people? I mean, did you ever question or doubt yourself?
I did. There were some times that I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I didn't really care, like you said at the beginning, if I have so many followers or there's only one people watching me. But sometimes I was doubting. I was like, man, I'm talking over here. Even if it was only one person, I'm like, is this for me? You know, should I keep on pushing this out? You know, but I knew, like, this was for me. Like, the voice, having this voice to show other people that they have that voice without having that fear. I said, I have to keep on doing this, man.
So why is it you have to keep doing it? Well, tell us how you get started doing this. Did it just pop in your head? Did you see somebody that inspired you? What made you think you could do this?
But I watched everybody like Grant, you know, all of those people, Gary Vaynerchuk, but it was not them that made me do it. It was somewhere in me that it just popped, like that. When I said at the beginning, it's popped, and I said, I gotta have a show. And through the years, that's when I started realizing the calling that I wanted to help the youth. You know, I wanted to be somewhere apart with the youth because of what happened on my story with my daughter, not seeing her for 2 years. I was like, I gotta put somewhere in me that I have to implement these seeds on the kids, on the youth, so they can be kidpreneurs. So they can start something right now. Either if it works or not, or the parents want to do it or not, I just got to do it. And now it's like pushing it more. Every time I wake up, I'm just happy to be around these kids that are inspiring other kids. That it tears me down. Like, I'm part of this. And then, like, God is telling me, this is just the beginning.
So there's a story. Speaking of your daughter, there must be, I have a feeling there's a story about this, you know. Well, of course there is. It's father-daughter connection, daughter-father. But I think there's more to it because she is such a big part of everything you do and always has been. And I remember I used to watch you and I couldn't figure it out. I was like, is he fighting for custody of her? It's like she was your safety net, your life jacket, everything. I think she pulled you out of a lot of low spots because you had her to work through it for. So tell us about that relationship with your daughter. It seems a little bit extra special than just a regular daughter-father relationship. What's going on there?
Yeah, like me and her now, she's 8 years old. So at the beginning it was tough. But, you know, when the kids get older, just like we were little, we start understanding, you know, what's going on. So she started just asking questions and involved. I didn't even know that, like, she was watching me when I was doing the show. Like, she would grab mom's phone and was looking at me when I was doing the show.
Oh.
When I had somebody live, or it was just solo. So through the years, she asked me, not asked me, she was here with me before COVID. And she's like, Dad, I want to be a YouTuber. And I took her to the Christmas thing, beautiful thing. She took my phone. She just had it on her, man. She went out there. The people were walking. She had my phone. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tinker. But she did the whole. I was like surprised. I didn't even have no words, man. And the kids are. Her, it's just beautiful. Like, I call her every day. Every day, either it's video calling or it's on the phone. And knowing and understand that she's like, Dad, I really want to see you. because COVID is about to be a year that I haven't seen her because they closed the borders and everything. Dad, I really want to see you. Sometimes it's hard for me to call her. I don't want to call her the next day because I know that she's going to ask that question. Dad, I want to see you. I want to go. Remember that time we went to the park? You took me there. I want to do that same thing. And all of these little things that she tells me, she has her notebook written down what she wants to do again when she comes to see me. And we all going to do that. But look, let me tell you this. But the one thing that made me cry was this. She told me that, man, there's a lot of kids out there, people that don't have any food and clothing. Dad, can we do this? Can we just set $100 and buy clothing or anything that we can help the kids or the people that need the food, and we can go out there and deliver it to them? That right there just opened up my heart. And that's like, I didn't, it was out from her. I started crying and I was like, we're definitely doing it when you get here. Just, I see this outside stuff, what is going on, and I don't like it. People, suffering. And I was like, man, that was when she was probably 6.5. Mm-hmm. And to me, that was just like a moment that I sit down. I was like, oh man, if she's saying that, man, it's like, I got to step up and do things.
I know, kids.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna just ring the bell and leave it at that.
Oh no, yeah.
So listen,
and I have her picture right here with me because I ain't not the boss. Look.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't pull her up on another screen. Hi. Now, when we come back from our break, we're going to talk about your show. We're going to talk about your business. I know you've incorporated your daughter's name into some of the things you do. We'll get into that. And I want to also find out, just from your standpoint, what it has been like enduring this past year or so of COVID with your daughter being, literally thousands of miles away. So we're going to get into that and some more with our guest today, everybody, Jesus Ortiz. When we return, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. I want you to promise me something, and that is that you will go absolutely nowhere. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Loren Michaels Harris. Hats off. Much love and light to my sponsors for today's show. First and foremost, Swing and Fun by Crystal, a brand new, this is her first day sponsoring Bathrobe Moments. She makes those great swings for toddlers and kids of all ages in different stages. Go over to swingandfunbycrystal.com and check out all that she is doing. And also my favorite, intentionpin.com. Here is mine, which says through me, not from me, headed inscribed. All of this is handmade, different alloys and woods. And then they actually bless the pin with your intentions that you provide them with. And I absolutely love it. I highly encourage you to get over to intentionpin.com and see what you can do about getting yourself one of these wonderful pins. Back with my guest, Jesus Ortiz. Before the break, we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but I wanted to specifically go back and ask, so what's it been like for you? What have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? And what have you learned about others during this quiet time known as the coronavirus pandemic?
Man, I learned a lot, man. I learned how to, know that you got to be blessed for that. You got somewhere that you can stay, a bed that you can sleep, and something that you can eat. Because a lot of people don't have this, and sometimes we just forget about all those little things. The smallest things, those are the ones that matter. Forget about trying to make all this money, but if you wake up and you're blessed to have a family, blessed to wake up another day and live, man, to me, I'm happy about that. I learned that when I'm happy every day. I'm so happy that I wake up at 5 a.m. and that I gotta go meditate and work out, and then come to the studio and do work on my work. I don't even call it work because I just love it.
Right. I get it. I feel the same way. So, you migrated to the United States. How? I think you were 8.
Yeah, about 8 or 9 when I migrated.
8 or 9 years old, just you and your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And in your bio, you say you came here because she was seeking a better life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're here now, but your daughter is still in Mexico.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, if I could, let's talk about gratitude, if we could, for just a moment. Do you feel that gratitude holds a bigger space for you because of all that your mom and even her ancestors did to keep moving your family and bloodline further as far as being more successful, having a better life? And what's it like when you hear things from home where some people are still in dire straits, in situations that are really tough comparative to how you're living here in the States? How is that? Do they look at you bigger than life? Do you, what do you send back in the way of encouragement to them about it can be whatever it needs to be for you to be happy? How do you do that?
It's funny that you say that, because now that I see them, like my family in Mexico, and they see me like you grown up, and we know you when you were little, and we haven't seen you in a long time. And it's good that we have this technology. And they support it. They're like, we watch you. We don't understand what you're saying because I'm doing it in English, but I'm going to start doing the podcast in Spanish too. So
good.
So they're like, we believe in what you're doing, and you're there for a reason. So if that's what's calling you in the heart to be and have a voice and shoot out, even if there's people that hate you, don't support you, you just keep on going. Knowing that even my family here, like the family where my mom got remarried here, so most of my stepdad's family, it's here in the United States. I remember that first time when we had a big party. It was like everybody, the whole family was there at my cousin's big house. And I was walking in. I was like, man, I'm about to tell them that this is where I'm going to go. And I'm like, man, in my mind, I was already thinking negative. Oh, they're going to throw this. Don't do this. It's not for you. No, man, I walked in and they were also my cousins, even to this youngest one. Man, we love that you're doing this show. Keep on doing. Can I give you this? The little ones, can I give you these little notes? And what is this? When you make it, I want my red Lamborghini. And the little kids.
Oh yeah, because they know.
That right there, man, it made me happy. Not even my uncles. Every time I get there, because I don't take my stuff there, but they always want me to take my stuff. Hey, did you bring the cameras so we can do a show here? And that right there, just like, all right, I got the support. Either if they didn't, I was still gonna do it. But knowing that they're there, I'm like, man, and every time I see them, that makes me happy. And now I haven't seen them because of COVID, just on the phone. So next week, I think I'm about to see all of them on the side for the first time on like real person.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, because it's been just a camera. And
so are you headed to Mexico?
No, here in Houston, not in Mexico. Yeah.
Oh, you had the family you have in Houston.
Yeah,
you guys
because
are gonna
of
get
COVID,
together.
Nobody wanted to go and see each other because everybody.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to be in Houston in June. I'm coming to a free thought retreat there. Yeah, I'll have to let you know. Yeah. I was in Houston a couple years ago at the well, I was in what's that other place? What's the school, the Aggies?
Oh, you mean
Texas A&M in Austin.
Yeah.
I spoke there on a Friday, and then I went over and spoke Saturday at Eric Swanson's. Oh, you are? Yeah, drove to Houston. It's like 2 hours, wasn't it, in between there?
Yeah. I got invited from another motivational speaker. They're gonna give me 30 minutes to speak on their platform.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Like a whole weekend, I've been thinking about that.
So, what are you going to talk about? Tell us what your bread and butter speech is when you get these opportunities.
Day, she's here in the co-working space, and like somewhere in November when I said I was gonna quit, that's when I met this motivational speaker. She only speaks Spanish, and I told her a little bit about me, what I was doing about the podcast. Then just a few weeks later, she saw me again, and she's like, "You're the podcast guy, right?" Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, hey, would you mind speaking with me on my platform?" I was like, "Well, that's up to you. What's going on?" And I was like, "Well, every single one of my students and the ones that I'm coaching, they want to have their own podcast. They want to know. So I want you to go out there and just like I'm doing, tell them your story, how you started, and see who out there wants to go out there with you, who wants to help, wants to tell you they want to create their own podcast, a podcast done for you. But I want you because I already seen you, what you're doing."
So how do you feel now looking back over your shoulder to that experience? Had you quit, you would have never had that divine appointment with this woman, which has now put the speaking opportunity right in your lap. So what do you say to people what would you say when people are doubting themselves or feeling like it is too, well, first of all, let me ask you, would you consider yourself religious or spiritual? What are you?
I consider myself spiritual, not religion, because I tell people that religion, there's every single religion out there. But the religion, the spirit, the soul that is within us in the flesh right now, we don't know. We can't comprehend all this stuff that is out there. But right now, God wants you to do what you can do right here on earth. We don't know what's next. Where are we going next? There's so many realms. There's so many things out there, spiritual warfare, that, I mean, if we want to talk about this, that'll be another thing. I've been seeing things before when I used to be negative. I saw the whole darkness. I was in there.
What you mean? What you saw? What?
Oh, a while back when I was still with my ex-wife, I was so negative. I didn't have no positive in me. So I started seeing dark stuff. Like they already knew that, oh, Jesus is negative. We got him. He ain't going nowhere.
So you say you're talking about the spirit world.
Yeah, the spirit world, And
okay.
I'm like, oh, he ain't, he's already always complaining and saying he can do this, he can do that, or judging himself. And I was like, oh, that's what we want. He's out there. He's for us. And there was a time that in my sleep, I know I was awake, but there was a spirit, the one that takes not your soul, but it takes your, I guess, something inside of you that you get so tired. And I had that a long time, man.
Are you talking depression?
Huh?
Are you speaking of depression?
No, I don't.
What do you mean it took something?
Like, I guess energy. That's what he was taking
so
away from me.
You like an energy vampire.
Yeah, and I saw him. Like, I saw that beast thing sitting in me. And that to me was horrible because I told everybody, my mom, and I was like, and there's like, you got to pray, you got to go to church, go to this. And because I was too negative, that thing kept on going with me for months and months.
So what do you attribute your negativity to? Was it because of something that had happened in your life? What were you angry about?
No, like when we were together. When I was still together, when all this negative was still happening, I didn't want to go back to work at the same thing that I was doing before. Like I used to work at the restaurant business for about 7-8 years. So when I got out of that, it was hard for me to get another job. And she was like, hey man, anything, go back to the restaurant. You already know the restaurant business in and out. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to go back to that. We got to feed our daughter. We got to feed each other. And he was like, nothing but no. And she was like pushing me, go work there then, go work there. And all my answer was no. I was like, no, there's something bigger out there. We got to find out something out there that's going to help us. But I was still being so negative. So all of that stuff was I was carrying that backpack like in front of me, with all those negativities and the dark with me. And all of that was horrible. But now I see a bigger vision of me. I see it. I've been seeing this. I know it's going to happen. I see myself now on the stage, like my suit, like a suit custom made of mine with the fedora and a red backpack on with millions of people in front of me. That's like the vision I see every time.
What's the red backpack all about?
I'm still trying to figure that out, man. Like I'm in there with a red backpack.
You have no idea what the red backpack is for?
I still don't know, man.
You know what? See, I love that. That's the kind of stuff I put when I get downloads like that. They go straight up there on the wall of purpose. And I try to explain to people how we will get downloads and things that make no sense to us. But you can't just dismiss them. You can, but you shouldn't, because everything that was on that wall of purpose everything behind me and on walls in this house of any type of achievement started on a Post-it note, which started in here as a fleeting thought, but I write them all down. I got all these to sort through over here. I'm not kidding, y'all. I do it. You think I'm kidding? Look it. If I don't have time to put them all up there. Right. These are ones that I still got to get up on the stool to put up on the wall of purpose that came through in the last couple of weeks. And the reason I put them up there and I got to do this, because this right here is a bad habit. What you see that I'm starting, and I got to fix that, because that wall of purpose, see, the reason I have these on here is so that those things like the red backpack in your case and anything else that may just not make sense to me at the time doesn't get covered up. My stuff on this desk, for instance, if I'm using a legal pad, if you go in here, you're going to find stuff that's behind there and you can flip stuff over. And I don't want any message, any download from source, from God, from the creator to come second, third, fourth, or fifth. Yep. I want it to always be first. And I know that I have never put a Post-it note on top of another Post-it note. I put them beside each other and I put them right in front of me. I just this is a big circle of purpose right here. I can see where it begins and I can see where it can end. But this is a bad habit, because this is the equivalent of me letting them get covered up and this and the other. They could get knocked off the desk. The adhesive can dry out. Now I put it on the wall and it falls out. You got to think ahead, but you got to find something. Like, how do you keep that backpack thing alive? Are you looking out for it?
And I actually bought a backpack, a red backpack.
So that's my point. That's what I was getting at. So you bought a red backpack. So now you've done your part. Now you're waiting to see what's inside of it. Yeah.
And until this point, I see that red backpack and I'm like, oh, you know what? It might be everything in there, man. Every single thing that is carrying me down and holding me down, that is like, let it go, Jesus. Totally, there's nothing inside that backpack. It's all in your mind.
So, honey, are you doing something with one of them? No, she's talking. Oh, take her somewhere. She's really loud. Everybody can hear her. Lucy, she never talks. She's in there talking up a storm. Sorry, you guys. But listen, let me ask you this, Jesus. Why didn't you just dismiss the red backpack? What was it about it that made you believe? And then I'm going to get out of the way and let you take the floor. Tell everybody how you process. What's the language between you and what you believe to be greater than you? How does what is greater than you talk to you, and how do you talk to it or him or her or they?
Yeah, man. It's like that red backpack moment is still in me. Like just what I said right now was something that I just manifested and said right now at this moment. But at the beginning, I was like, man, there's bricks, tons of negativity, the past, with what happened with my ex-wife and everything with my daughter, everything you carry and everything in that red. I guess like everybody has that backpack, but it can be anything, and anything that you just keep it there is dragging you down and it's not letting you go ahead until what you really want to do. So make sure that whatever is those obstacles, whatever you have in there, just drop them. It's hard, I know. Trust me, I'm still it wants to come back to me like the past, but it's good to have the past because you learn to live. Once I said to somebody, I don't know, it was an entrepreneur, I said, you know what? I'm going to close my book of my past. He said, don't do that. I said, why? Because all of those things that you did, they're going to come back to you and remind you, you're going to learn and live those things and you won't live them again. And some of those stuff are going to make you happy and cry. You're going to be like, I did that. Well, I'm not going to do it again. Don't close the book of the past. Go back even when you were young and see those little things when you were there. And I was like, wow.
When you look back over your shoulder, Jesus, to the you, let's just say 3 years ago, from, you know, let's say you've been doing it for 2.5 years at that point. How differently do you feel how different are you today than you were? Man. What's changed in you from getting out here and doing it, even if one person is watching? How have you been changed? How have you been reformed or revitalized, or just how have you grown because of this experience?
One of the number one things was reading. I kept myself and doing the meditation and buying all these different books, not only about business, but spiritual mindset. And not only that, I started just contacting other people and having mentors. Like just right now, a couple of weeks now, I have a spiritual mentor. And that to me is just amazing. Every Wednesday, I'm doing a new podcast with them, but he's not my spiritual mentor. So he knows the Bible of what had happened to him, his story, that now he does everything to Christ. Like everybody's doing everything to Christ, either you believe it or not. But in my mindset, I was like, man, sometimes we got to have all those mentors, you know, like spiritual mentor. Like you were telling me last time, a mentor that he can help you speak, help you be out there. Another mentor different mentors that is in the different realms, you know, of what we need to learn. Oh, yeah. And I started learning that. And I started, you know, through doing the shows and through meeting other people, I started just listening. I didn't speak. I just let everybody speak and listen and write notes. Listen and write notes. And people now are like, man, I didn't perfect the listening, but I got master of the listening by actually all those 3 years till now. All the people that I have that come into the Push Power to Power, so they're like, how did you ask me those questions? Because before I even go to the Push Power to Power show, I do a one-on-one with them through Zoom, and then I learn them. Nothing about business. I just want to learn them, their family, their kids, just like we're doing spiritual. And I'm writing, and I'm like, oh, I know. I'm ready. Let's set up a day for the show, and I already know what I'm going to ask.
So if people, well, we'll get to that in just a second. If people would like to be on your show or continue the dialogue, we're going to show you guys how to do that. I want to play a little game with you as we round the last corner of this interview. We have about 6 minutes left. I'm going to pop some hashtags on the screen, and I want you to just share with us what these, you know, I got about 3 or 4 of them. So just tell us what they mean to you and why. There's the first one.
Haters. Oh, man, I have them. Even now, I've been watching Instagram, and my Instagram it's pretty much growing quickly. And there's people already there. Oh, your show sucks. And I don't even want to say the bad words. So you know what they say. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, erase that. You're not even good at that.
What?
Okay. Yeah, man. But that doesn't hurt me anymore. That's just like blah. I'm not even if you have a show out there, I'm just telling you guys, don't answer that. Because the more you answer, it's gonna be an engagement, it's gonna help the algorithm, but it ain't gonna cut it. They're gonna still keeping. Just don't answer, forget about them.
Right. But keep moving forward.
At the beginning, it was hard. At the beginning, it did hurt. It did. That's the times that you're like, should I even do this, man? Like
I remember that. I remember because that's a lot of the time, believe it or not, Jesus, is when I would see something like that and I would want to kick their ass, but instead I would release them and I'd bring something positive to you and try to encourage you, because I was like, you know, this guy's getting bullied, you know, and you know what? All those people that were saying that back then, I don't see any of them doing anything now, but here you still are. So that in and of itself speaks to purpose, right? Okay. Yeah. Great one with haters. What about this one, Jesus? Being of service. What's that mean to you?
That's something that I gotta work, guys. That's something that's seeing the kids, the youth doing all these things, helping around here in Houston, whether with the ice storm or stuff like that. I've been doing a lot of help here and there, even though I don't put it on camera. I think I realized that it's not good to put it on camera. If you do it through the heart and you're helping somebody, that's the best thing, because
Mhm.
I had a lot of clothings and stuff like that already, that I went out there, find a group of homeless, and I gave them bags of my clothes. They gave me a hug, food for the dogs. I didn't put none of that on camera, but I went to God and said, God, thank you. I hope that helps to them. And I didn't want to throw it away. And I've been doing that still, but I don't put that on camera. When people ask me to be of service, I've done that. And everyone's like, you got to put this on camera now, because it kind of looks like I want to grab that attention. I don't want to grab that attention. The only attention that I need is from him.
That's right. That's right. Be humble. Absolutely. What's this one mean to you? Hashtag value.
Value. Yes. Value is something that you got to give. Every time I go to the show, I always give value. I push a little bit of the kidpreneurs. I push a little bit of the podcast. I do a little bit of what people, if they have any questions, anything, I always put it there. Hey, let me know anything that I can help you. Or if I cannot help you, I build a list already of people that I know that they can help you, from AC service all the way to movies things, And I'm still like asking myself, wow, I still have those people from the 2016 and they're still there. And they ask me, anything you need help, I'm here. Value.
There you go. So if people want to watch the show, which is the Push Power to Power show, airs Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And here is the link. And we will also drop this inside the comments for you at the close of the show. And also, how do you say this name? This is
Geraldine Media.
Okay, and you can also reach Jesus through
it's
that.
It's going to be network now. It's going to be Geraldine Media Network, because I got some other plans now.
Okay, well, congratulations. You got to keep us in the loop on that, and let us know when you have new things rolling out so that we can support you. Absolutely. So anything coming up on the horizon for you that we need to know about?
Right now, it's pretty much with the kids, with the youth. I'm in the time of making a foundation for the kids, for the Kidpreneurs Visions Foundation. That's what it's going to be called. Okay. And I really want to help out there. That there's a lot of kids, inspiring other kids already, but they don't have the money. So I said, why not have a foundation where I can use that voice and help other kids and be like, hey, they want to write a book. All right, let's get them. Let's help them with some money out there and the resources, and push them out there, and have them, as I create conferences and bring in speakers just like yourself, Les Brown, and all of other people. But the leaders,
I'd love to. Thank you. I know that was an invitation. That was an invitation, right? That was an invitation.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I accept it. So.
Oh, yeah. And the leaders are going to be the kids. But we're going to open up, so the kids won't understand. But we'll have the kids that already are kidpreneurs empowering the other kids. Implement that seed. That even if they don't want to be a kidpreneur right now, at least they know we can teach them financial, Shark Tank movements, all of these little things that you might say it's not, it's not. No, it is, especially now. If we want to see our kids surpass and make something, we got to do it now.
That's right. That's right. Everybody, I want to thank you. Put some hearts on the screen and thank our guest, Jesus Ortiz, for coming along. And you guys, make sure you get over and check out the Push Power to Power show, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on iOS, Spotify, Alexa, just to name a few. I want to thank you. Much love and light to you and your beautiful daughter. Keep doing what you're doing. Check back in anytime. Really proud of you, man. Really proud of you. I've watched you keep fighting through all kinds of things, and here you are. And I'm glad to say I can call you friend and a fellow influencer, impactor in this world of change. So wonderful what you're doing. And I just want to say that to Jesus and to you, I want to say thank you for joining us here today to start this wonderful week here on Bathrobe Moments. Tomorrow, my guest will be Justin I always want to say Carpenter, but it's Charpenter. Right? Charpenter. He'll be here tomorrow sharing a story with us. Wait till you hear what this guy has to offer. A lot of great guests coming up this week, just like today's guest, Jesus Ortiz. I want to encourage each and every one of us, I include myself in this, to get out there today and remember that every person and every opportunity that finds its way directly to us is there so that we have an opportunity to leave that opportunity or that person just a tad bit better than the way we found it. They too can leave us a little bit better than the way they found us. This is a two-way stream. It's a two-way feed. And this is a modern day stone soup experience, this thing called life. Bring whatever you have. Pour it into the community collective, and let's try to feed the world. I want to thank you again. I'll meet you tomorrow morning out front on the front porch for our next installment of Bathrobe Moments. Jesus, thank you. God bless you. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.